Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Stafford, your host of Midwestern Geek in Cali. And for those of you watching in the poetry group, yes, I do host a YouTube channel, and I'm going to be working on another one soon, a very different one from Midwestern Geek in Cali. We'll get into both of those towards the end of this video. This particular video, for those of you on Midwestern Geek in Cali, you may or may not be familiar with the idea that I'm also a poet and I have done a lot of online poetry and a lot of in-person poetry as well, especially back in the Chicago region. So this episode, yeah, I'm going to get into an issue that I had with specific online poetry, and this gets into the tech side of things a little bit. And that's why I feel like it's appropriate for Midwestern Geek in Cali because it deals with some of the technical issues with online poetry that some people might not really recognize or realize could happen. So the fun part is I'm re-recording this entire episode that I already did once, but I didn't check the sound. So I have to do it all over again. That's kind of fun and it's throwing me a little bit. But yeah, this is Midwestern Geek in Cali. How serious should you take it? Probably not that serious. Yeah, this channel is more for fun for a small audience anyway. All right, so to get into the poetry side, I'm going to first off, let me lay out what happened here. All right. I had posted most of my poems to a website called lightverse.com. That was the address of it. And many other online poets had also been posting to lightverse.com. Now, I had a huge library built up on lightverse.com. And I'm going to switch over real quick to where I can share my PC desktop. And you're going to get a little bit of the ever famous or infamous infinity screen. Yes, the infinity screen. I still love this thing. I think it's the funnest thing ever. But let's go over here and take a look. It looks like I'm getting audio and everything should be fine, but this is lightverse.com. As you can see, web address lightverse.com. But here's the thing, this website is not online. Okay, this website is actually running in Windows Internet Information Services Manager. It's Windows version of a web server, and it is running locally on my PC, not server, on my PC. Okay, now here's the thing. Um, every version of Windows, whether it's home or what, has had Windows Internet Information Services built into it. You do not have to have a server to run a web server. You can run it on any Windows PC. Actually, so if I go into Control Panel, we'll bring that up, and in internet options, I might have to do a little bit of a search. I thought they had IIS Manager in here. They don't. But, okay, then let's do it this way. Internet Information Services Manager. There it is. It's built into Windows, and if I go over here on the left side and open up sites and expand the default website, you'll see lightverse.com. It's running here locally on this PC. And what I had to do to get it to do that was go into a folder. Let's open File Explorer, and then we'll go into the C, and this is in the Windows folder. System 32, and we'll go down to where are you? Drivers, etc. And the host file, which is really just a text file. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll open that up, and we're gonna open it up with, all right, we'll go into Windows, System 32, and use Notepad. And there's the host files. And you can see that I have lightverse.com forced to 127.0.0.1 in the host files, in the host file. And this file is how domain name services were done before they came up with online and network DNS or domain name servers, right? And this host file actually takes precedence over DNS lookup online. It will look here first. And if it's in the DNS resolver cache, it'll look there. But if it can't, it will look here first. If this entry is in here, that is what will get used. Okay, and 127.0.0.1, anything going to 127. Anything is a loopback. It says go right back to yourself. Go back home. All right. So I'm just forcing that lookup to actually point right back to this PC. Okay. I can't save the host any changes to the host file without doing a little bit of special work. But as you can see, this puppy is running right here on my PC. You will not be able to get to lightverse.com online. Okay. And I had to set this up. I used the backup copy of it that was given to me by the previous owner of the website. It's been down since, I want to say, 2015. And I got a copy of this maybe about 2 years ago. And last year I figured out how to get it up and running. I've been working on this ever since. So, as you can see, I've got a lot of poetry in here. All right. This is about where I'm at right here on trying to get these poems recovered from here, because they're not anywhere online anymore. And as you can see, I have a long, long, long road ahead of me to recover all of this, because this is probably the most comprehensive record of my poetry anywhere. And there's, if you look down at the lower left, 1,725 entries here. It's actually 1724. For some reason, it always bumps up by one. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the author lookup for this website. And if you'll notice in here, I have a ton of other authors in here. Now, I could look up any of these authors and see how much poetry they have. Some only have a couple of poems, and then some of them have fairly extensive libraries, but everybody's poetry is here. Okay. Um, we actually I'm going to go here. This is a longtime friend of mine, Janine Daniel. We were only friends online. We became friends online in internet chat rooms way back in 1996. And we were friends until Janine passed away a couple of years ago. So she's from Australia, and her daughter Trudy might see this. Hi, Trudy, if you catch this video. But just so you know, Janine has a fairly extensive list of poetry in here. I have not gotten all of hers recovered yet either, but I do have them saved as plain HTML files. I was able to get that done before the website went down, because I knew it was about to, and Janine has 280 poems in here. Now, I did build a, website, a memorial page to Janine, and I have quite a few of her poems on here. And as you notice, I was trying very carefully to preserve the look and feel of the poetry on the lightverse.com website. And Janine's have a lot of comments with them as well. Um, so this website was built by me and her daughter and granddaughter. Both have access to this website and are aware of it. I'm not making any money off this thing. If there are any ads that ever show up on this, they're entirely Google's, and Google would be making any money off those. I'm not. I'm just making sure that my friend's poetry survives. Um, and I would be willing to help other poets that were posting on lightverse.com uh, get a copy of the website up and running on their Windows computer if they want to recover their own poetry. But as you know, since Janine's passed away, obviously she can't recover her own, so I'm having to put them online for her. And I plan on continuing um, to work on some of hers, but I'm also working on mine at the time. So meanwhile, I'm going to go back up to where I was in the list of my own poetry. Let's go back here. And all right. I'll have to go to my lookup page here. And I'll walk you through kind of the process that I'm having to use to be able to pull these poems out of here and get them to have somewhat the look of the original website. So the next one here would be this one titled Galveston's Secret. I'm going to right click on that title and open that link in a new tab. So that's coming up over here. All right, and I'm going to go over to Blogger and I'm going to set up for a new post on my current poetry blog. I'll go in the body of the post and I'm going to put the header image, which I've already uploaded to Blogger, which is why I'm choosing this, in at the top of the post from Lightverse. So I'll hit select and then I've got to go over here and go extra large. And then now I'm going to tag it with a series of tags here that I use for most of these. And then I'm going to put the location, and I'm going to put the location the event happened, because if you'll notice, one of the tags I'm using is poetic memoir. This was written about an actual event that happened in my young life. And this happened at a time when we lived in Houston, Texas. So that's where I'm going to put the location where this actually occurred. And then we'll go back to the actual poem, and I'm going to pick it up from here. I'm going to copy from where it says author, because I don't want these links. If people click on them, they're just going to go nowhere, because this site is not online, and it'll just die on the vine when they click on any of those. So we'll skip that. I'm not going to worry about too much of this down here. I will go ahead and preserve that much, because I just noticed it has how many views there were of this poem, and it was seen 911 times when it was online. All right, and then on that note, I will go back over to the post on the Blogger, and let's take out these. Okay, and you see I first posted this poem online 8/31 of 2000, and now I'm going to kind of get the comments a little bit straightened out. Okay, and let's clean that up a little bit. I've also been kind of cleaning up any typos that may be left over from back when I first wrote the poem. And all right, and then I need to copy the title to the title of the post. And then hit publish. All right, location, tags, body, that's all done. There's no links pointing back to anything on lightverse.com any longer because that website doesn't exist and they won't go anywhere other than on my PC. And then I hit publish and confirm. And there you go. You can see I've been publishing a bunch of these and I have a lot more to go. A lot. All right, I'll go back over here and refresh the site. And now Galveston's Secret is posted. And as you can see, it has somewhat the look and feel of what it looked like when it was up on lightverse.com. And if I go through a few of these, you'll see if there were comments, they were preserved. Janine commented on a lot of my poetry back in the day, and I thank her for that. Those comments are a little bit of a treasure and an insight into someone who's gone. So that's a nice thing. And on that note, that's what I have to go through to get all these done. Oh, and let me go back over here to the infinity screen and then get back to the camera. And now I can show you how I'm tracking what I've done. I've actually got a printout and I'm just checking these off as I go through. And if we take a look here, the thin side over here is the stuff that I've got things done on, and the thicker part over here is what I have left to go. So as you can see, this is going to take me a while, and that's why it's taken me so long to get mine and Janine's poetry done. I did set up an old friend of mine, Art Paul Schlosser, with a copy of this website and set it up on a laptop for him so he can copy his own and get them online. I did that. He's in Madison, Wisconsin, and I actually set that up for him remotely from here in Temecula. Yeah, I now reside in Temecula, California. Lovely sunny Temecula, summer's winter home, as I love to call it. And that's where I'm actually YouTubing from today. And for those of you in the poetry forum, See Soul Deep, that's what I'm doing currently with poetry. So as you can see, between what I'm doing, job search, and because I got laid off from work in June, middle of June, and I'm hunting for a new gig. And then I'm getting ready to start a new YouTube channel with one of my former coworkers from the previous place. That one is going to be much more tech for focused and oriented. It's going to be, IT tech reviews, and we're going to start off with something very interesting. I don't want to go into that here, but just the actual YouTube channel is going to be Beeping Edge, and you'll be able to find it at beepingedge.com. I'm hoping to get with Matt this Saturday and get the intro for the channel and the first actual video recorded on that one. But that's going to be lighthearted and banterful, but more seriously focused. Okay, it's not going to be Midwestern Geek in Cali, which is like whatever I feel like talking about, whatever tech and comic book and paranormal stuff I'm finding interesting or what's going on in my life. That's not what Beeping Edge is going to be about. It's going to be about technology, and it'll be a whole different ball game than Midwestern Geek. So anyway, um, that's this episode. I do want to thank the poets in Sea Soul Deep for joining that forum, and um, there will be, obviously more video to come, but I'm going to share this in there. And now you know that I run this YouTube channel called Midwestern Geek in Cali, which is a little tiny YouTube channel that's kind of geeky, fun stuff. Anyone who wants to look it up on YouTube, you'll find I have, quite a few videos up there, and not many of them are all that serious, but you may enjoy some. We'll see. Um, but anyway, as is tradition here on Midwestern Geek in Cali, I would like to say thank you for watching from the Agent of 42. Happy Vulcan fingers to you. Da, 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 da. Peace, live long and prosper. Um, I would also like to say, may there never be a rogue wave in your coffee mug. Okay, and see you next time on Midwestern Geek in Cali for those of you who are here for that channel.